In Movies and Money today, the amount of money the latest Star Wars film is set to make over the weekend is already projected at a staggering $450 million. Movie Man Erik Childress is all over the story for us. Hello to you, Eric.
Hi, Angie.
Star Wars, The Rise of Skywalker is finally here. Let's take a look.
This will be the final word in the story of Skywalker.
Now, this is said to be the end of the saga George Lucas began more than 40 years ago. Were you satisfied with how it wraps up?
Ultimately, Angie, the answer to that question is yes. I left satisfied. As I stated on my podcast this week, I did not want to come right out after the movie and trying to wedge this into any official ranking of the 9 primary episodes, because I was coming into this film not just as a critic, but as a fan of this series that has provided me so many happy memories over the years. So my impartiality may be a bit skewed, and I accept that. There are legitimate criticisms to be had with The Rise of Skywalker, and I will agree with many of them. The film starts off with such a lightning pace, trying to set up all the drama we're going to grapple with for the next 2 hours, that it was almost like watching a Michael Bay film. Once the film settles down, though, and begins to reveal itself about their quest to diverge from the destinies and choices set forth earlier in these characters' lives, I was able to latch onto something more than just the spectacle. Not that I certainly mind such spectacle. These films have often delivered on that greater than most major franchises, and as the film progressed towards its own destiny, there are moments of great emotion that we share along with these characters that we have lived with and loved in the long and short term.
The Last Jedi was subjected to some criticism for the way it subverted the direction of the current trilogy, and some say the franchise. How does that play out in The Rise of Skywalker?
Well, the key word in your question, Angie, is some. For all the noise those unhappy with Rian Johnson's Episode 8 made, they are still a very small contingent of what many would label as toxic fandom. Now, I'll tell you those who were not upset with Last Jedi, and that was not just the majority of fans who appreciate Star Wars, but film critics like me who have compared it favorably to The Empire Strikes Back, which by many is considered to be the best of the series. So where I believe a bulk of the very valid criticisms will be directed at The Rise of Skywalker is in the way that J.J. Abrams seemed to almost find the loopholes he needed to fly the Millennium Falcon through to tell the version of the story he helped envision when he made The Force Awakens. The director has been very diplomatic when it comes to addressing the criticisms of The Last Jedi and praising Johnson for his vision, but you wouldn't know it here. The character of Rose introduced in the last film is thrown into the background as if she were Jar Jar Binks. Abrams throws some Obi-Wan Kenobi truth-dodging logic to provide answers that the last film told us to ignore. It was a new day for Star Wars for generations to come, and our heroine Rey shouldn't have to be burdened by shouldering the past. And as much as I enjoyed many elements of the new film and laughed and teared up in unexpected ways, I think the final moment kind of lands with a thud that I was very disappointed with.
The Rise of Skywalker is nevertheless going to be drawing huge crowds this weekend and beyond. How high will those numbers go, do you think?
Well, presuming that the release of Cats this weekend does not cause the greatest upset in box office history, The Rise of Skywalker is likely to be #1 for several weeks.
Well, thank you so much, Eric, and I look forward to seeing that film. Happy holidays to you.
Thank you, Angie. Merry Christmas.
For more Business First AM, check us out on social media. We're on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. And go to businessfirstam.com for where to see our show on TV.